No one passes through this life without coming to that point where you realize you are nothing. God will make you weep, and the tears will be tears of joy. Darkness may surround you now. Light is going to shine again. A day is coming when you will look back and you will see where God brought you from. Be happy and give thanks. And I'm drawing my text from Esther chapter 5, from verse 6 through to 13. And second one, Daniel 6, 1 to 10. A man called Don Moen wrote the song, "Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One." So the question today is, what type of heart did I bring to this church? Is it a thankful heart, or did I bring a grumbling one? But I feel that all of us should be thankful today. Reason being that you are still alive, and it has been said, while there is life, there is hope. Somebody who is not a car owner today can become a car owner tomorrow, can be a car owner next year. You don't need to grow a horn before you become car owner. It is when God opens the door, things change for people. Secondly, you are not critically ill. Even if you have headache or fever, that one is nothing. I wonder if anybody here has seen somebody really, really sick. If you have seen somebody really sick, can I see your hand? Hallelujah. It is when you see somebody in that state that you know what you have. I've mentioned it perhaps more than once, how my spiritual father took my wife and I to visit a dying friend in a very cozy hospital in Houston, Texas, United States of America. A businessman, very rich. He was dying of colon cancer. And as we're there, everybody's face looking gloomy and spooky. He got a phone call from a relative, and he was speaking in my own language because he was my tribesman. And he was telling the caller, he said, the most painful thing is that I now vomit stew through my mouth. Because the colon ought to, I don't know how these things work, but I think the thing that ought to keep digested food going down may have been eaten up by cancer. So sometimes comes up and he'll vomit it. He will smell it and he will know, I am vomiting stew through my mouth. I wouldn't want to live that way, even for a day. Doctor, kill me. Let me go. Because that is not. I don't know if anybody here vomited stew through the mouth this morning. Did you? You have no problem. Two factors make it very hard for us to be thankful to God. Number one, we like to compare. We look at the things we consider very small, little, that God has done for us. And we look at what we consider massive, God did for others. And so it dampens our spirit. It's like children. Give gifts to this one because he's older. You give gifts to this other one, and this person is looking at what he or she was given, and is looking at the other person's face. And you look at the face, he or she is saying, my own is not big enough. A hymn says, when you look at others with their lands and gold, you know, you look at others with their lands and gold, and you find it difficult because you don't have land, you don't have gold. You refuse to say thanks to God and say it from the bottom of your heart. Number 2 is insatiability. When you are not contented, and we saw it surface in the text read from Esther today, when somebody was saying that this is worth nothing, as long as I see Mordecai the Jew just sitting there at the palace gates. He said, I have children, I have money, I have wealth. No other person was invited by Queen Esther to go in with the king except me. I have been promoted. I am the highest apart from the king. But all these things, they are rubbish to me, except God helps me to kill Mordecai. So everything God did is rubbish. It's only any day you see Mordecai enter the grave that you'll be satisfied. And such a person can never be satisfied in life. And there were 3 regional governors in King Darius' government. That is from the book of Daniel now. One of them was Daniel. Darius decided, I'm going to replace Daniel. He is one of the 3 uppermost. I'll get another person to replace him. Then I will lift Daniel higher and make him a super governor over the 3. And under the 3, 120 governors. The empire spreading from India to Ethiopia. When you see Bible say India to Ethiopia, Ethiopia means Africa. There was no name like Africa then. You're a black person, they call it Ethiopian. Imagine such a massive empire. 120 provinces or countries. 3 super governors. 120 ordinary governors, 3 super governors was the king. And these 3 were not satisfied. They had to get the 120 advisors, everybody. There is one man this king wants to put between himself and us. Why should it be him? One of us, indigent, should be up there. And that was where the trouble ensued from. They were all in cahoots or agreement with each other. We will go talk to the king. And I'm using my words. King, You have promoted us. You have honored us. Look at us, how you have glorified us. But nobody's glorifying you. You have glorified. We've decided to glorify you. We want to honor. In fact, you are God. We want to honor you. For only 30 days, there shouldn't be anybody, God or human, divine or just anybody, anything. Image, nothing else. For 30 days, everybody in this empire should only worship you. And when you are a human being, and this is suggested to you, you feel great. This king was on his way becoming a believer. I will show you how. And if these people were honestly honoring me, I'll be lying to you if I tell you that Daniel didn't get a wind of what was happening. But Daniel wasn't going to fight for himself. He knew the God he served. Therefore, O king, pass the decree. Whoever disobeys this law, this decree, will be thrown into the lion's den. Somebody said, some people will choose to cut off your head so that you will look as short as them. Because you are taller from here up. And they are not going to take it. This your head must be chopped off, so that all of us will look equal. If you see anybody thinking that way, run away from him. He's very, very dangerous. You will always see people taller than you. These men were regional governors. 120 was the 3 super governors. And they were not contented with their positions, with adoration given to them. The road is cleared for them with siren, dispatch riders ahead of them. That was not enough. Only one man. And if he didn't die, they wouldn't be happy. What of the messengers? What of the applicants? They are nowhere in the country. And in this life, they are nowhere. What of them? So the king innocently passed the decree, or promulgated the decree. Daniel knew that this law was promulgated because of him. I'm the person they are looking after. All these people, crowd of people, is me they are after. He knew it, but there was something else he knew. It is written in Daniel 11:32. But the people that know their God shall be strong and do exploits. He didn't only know they were after him, he knew his God. And when you know your God, don't tremble. There is nothing human being carrying flesh can do to you. For the one that watches over you does not slumber, and he does not sleep. Daniel knew his God. He was also strong in the Lord. Now look at the exploit he was going to do. But number one, he took a decision. What was the decision? Nothing is going to stop me from praying to God. Nobody is going to stop me. That was decision. Decision making is a continuous thing in this life. You decide on career, what you will do in life. And no matter what you do in life, don't allow anything stop you from praying. That was a decision Daniel. Nobody is going to stop me. Not the 3 super governors, not the 120 governors, no circumstance. Any day you stop praying, you start dying. You take decision on who to marry. You continue taking decisions. You need to take decision concerning honesty. Am I going to be an honest person? When I say a word, you can take it to the bank. Many years ago, a big uncle in the church, one of the people that helped me piece together the Constitution, Articles of Faith, handbook, everything, all the rules and regulations we believe in, which we took to federal government and they registered us as a He brought somebody like a nephew to church. After he had witnessed to him, he got converted, he came here, he submitted himself. He was abiding by our teachings. This young man, after a long time, got married in the village. And by the time it was his turn to get wedded in the church, we discovered his wife was pregnant. And I invited him and his uncle, and we are talking. Now, this is the rule in this church. And I don't bend rules for anybody. I don't. If it comes to that, I'm going to be fearful. I don't care who you are. Even if you're my father, because my conscience will not allow me to punish that small man and allow you get away with rubbish. So, we started talking. And big uncle cut in quickly. He said, Reverend, let me tell you, we have a culture. In our culture, very night you pay bride price and finish everything. Traditional ceremony happens. In your in-laws' house, bed is fixed for you in a special room, and you must sleep with your wife that night. That is our culture. Before I could say Jack Robinson, the young man, a new Christian, he says, sir, let me tell you the truth. I know that I did wrong. Any punishment I deserve. He cut his uncle, big man, down, off. I'm going to beg a favor. I will forfeit wedding. But the favor is, my wife is not here. She has not gone through our teaching. She's a Christian. But she is not running with what you are teaching. So, allow me to leave her in the village, suspend me or do anything to me, I will take it. After I'm through, I'll bring her. I said, that's the deal. Done. Matter settled. Hallelujah. We don't begin to bend rule our culture. Which culture? Is there any of us here that don't have culture? My father and mother were never wedded in church. They got married and they started sleeping. But here we say, yeah, you want to honor God as a Christian, bring that relationship here, let us dedicate it, present it to God. It's not an easy road, so that God will help you. But before then, we don't recognize it as marriage. Every church has a rule. Hallelujah. He wanted to stand on the truth. You have to take decision on fairness. You have to take decision that your marriage will work. Somebody is calling me now. have to travel. You have to fly. I can't go to the place without flying. I have a son, and I'm told he has gone haywire. You come back, you rush into the bathroom, and it is only one part of your body you are washing. And the wife comes in. Hey, Oga, this one you are washing that place. Did you strip naked and you were driving and taxi man splash poto on you that place? Why are you washing that place? He's a married man. First son, 22 years of age. A night the wife called 50-something times. His son said, Daddy, I called you 48 times. 48. Say the missed calls. Where were you? 2-year-old son was boiling. Who's the mother? Said, I'm going to beat Daddy up. And when that demon catches you, you don't listen. You have to take decision. We all go through things. We all face temptations. If I tell you my own, you run. But you have to decide. I am a Christian. I am married. This lady forsook everybody and followed me. I'm not going to do it. Decision. Tell somebody decision. Another decision of Daniel was, I'm not going to be hiding when praying. I'm not going to hide it, even if it kills me. When Solomon was dedicating the temple, he said, oh God, wherever your people may be, even when they are dispersed, when they are taken as slaves, captives, wherever they are, when they face this place and pray, hear them. So they took it as part of their way of worship. Wherever they are, they must face Jerusalem. So Daniel decided, I will leave my window open facing Jerusalem the way I used to do. I'm not going to close the window. I'll pray towards Jerusalem. Anybody who sees it is his own person's problem. Can somebody shout hallelujah? Hallelujah. Another decision, I will pray 3 times a day the way I have been praying. I'm not going to lessen it to pray midnight. And nobody will see me. Of course, he was seen praying. And the case dropped on King Darius' table. Darius had become a very good friend of Daniel. Remember the night Belshazzar was overthrown. Belshazzar saw handwriting on the wall. Mene, mene, tekel upharsin. You have been weighed and found you are empty. Nothing in you. All the magicians, astrologers, interpreters of women, everybody was called. Nobody could interpret the writing. It was Daniel that was called. Say, mene, mene, tekel upharsin. King Belshazzar, you have been weighed and found wanting. Thy kingdom shall be taken today and given to another better than you. That same night, Darius overran the kingdom of Belshazzar. And that was how he came to power. And those kings, when they come to power, historians will begin to record what happened. So it was recorded that Daniel was the only man who could interpret what. So Belshazzar saw it. His knees buckled. He fell down. And Darius knew that wasn't a coincidence. If that writing appeared on the wall and Daniel interpreted it, that shows that is God. He orchestrated everything. In his record was how a tree whose top reached heaven, all the birds of the air came into it. and rested. All types of animals under it. And a voice said, cut that tree down. That was revelation, dream, vision. Nebuchadnezzar saw. But Daniel that interpreted it. That tree represents you. King of heaven and earth handed over everything. And now you are boasted. Isn't this the great Babylon that my hand built? God is saying, your heart shall be taken away from you. The heart of beast be given to you. You will be driven away. You will eat grass like ox, cow, until 7 times pass over you. For 7 years, you will be a beast in the bush.
We hope this message has inspired you. Thank you for watching. To order for this message, please call 080-3641-2443. God bless you.